Hi there, Natalie with you today with a new idea on how to add a touch of elegance to your memory keeping using the new intricate tiles embossing folder. So come join me. Hi there and welcome to a new episode of Inspired by a Card with Natalie. Today's inspiration comes from Terry Kostler from our latest blog hub, and she used the intricate tiles 3D embossing to create a beautiful card. I'm going to use that as a blueprint for my layout. I'm creating a page for my family journal. So I already pre-cut the bases, and my idea is I want to use the intricate tiles 3D embossing folder to add or bring the elegance onto my page. I love the fact that she added a dark background with that kind of like a little bit of shine on top. So I'm gonna do the same, but because I have a larger area, I'm actually gonna cut her idea to fill up my space. I am using the Fine Circles die set to cut 3 circles that fit on my page out of blue cardstock, and then I'm also cutting a 2" by 8.5" of the same cardstock. Now here's the key. I'm gonna make sure that every time I emboss the circle, I want to create a complete image of the tile. So I'm gonna play with the placement of the circle of the embossing folder so that I create that image. That way when I add it to my paper in a sequence, it gives you the idea of the circles being cut out of like an entire sheet of that print. Now I'm also going to repeat the same idea for my strip. I had a little bit of issue with the strip because I played with different positions until I got one that kind of gave me the same idea of a complete tile. So you're gonna see that I'm gonna create one pass of the embossing, but my strip is longer. So the trick here is just to make sure that you literally think of it as Lego. You're gonna make sure that you fit some of the part of it to the embossing folder and then complete the rest of the embossing, and that's how I create my strip. Once I have them all ready, I am actually gonna bring that little bit of shine that makes her card really elegant. I am using antique gold ink and also enchanted gold ink. These are pigment inks from Altenew to actually bring that shine onto my cardstock. So the first thing I'm going to do, you're going to see I'm using right now enchanted gold ink, and what I am doing onto my circles is literally my ink pad is flat, like perpendicular, totally parallel to the table, and all I'm doing is just rubbing the ink on the raised part of my circle, and that's just gonna bring a little bit of gold to the top part or to the embossed part of the circle. You're gonna see that I rotated with my finger. Once I've completed that soft application, I literally kind of lift my ink pad a little bit, creates a soft angle, and I'm just gonna start rubbing a little bit more. And what it does is just that slight angle just allows you to hit like a little bit deeper into the grooves that are being created by the embossing folder, so it gives you more of the definition of the inside parts of the embossing. So just keep that in mind, and I'm going to repeat the same with the strip. It's just on the strip I am using antique gold. I just wanted something a little bit lighter, and just to make sure that I bring some of that tone, I'm actually gonna go on top of the circles that are already embossed with the enchanted gold. I am actually gonna add a little bit of the antique gold on top of it, just to bring that two-tone, and just to make sure that my ink sets a bit, because it takes a while to set. This is pigment ink. I'm gonna hit it with my glue gun. While that sets, I'm gonna start working on the flowers for my layout, and I love the fact that she used vellum for it, and I embossed some of my flowers on vellum, but then I went and pulled this gold vellum, and what the flowers that I'm embossing right now, this is the Precious Peonies stamp, and I'm going to use the die set. I am using the clear embossing ink from Altenew and also the pure crisp white powder from Altenew to create my florals. I want to create I'm gonna create 4, but I'm only gonna use 3 of them. I want something that is gonna help me tie the circles together and also tie it to the image. And you're gonna see that Terry used white vellum for her flowers. I'm gonna use the gold. You're gonna see it right now. Because I am creating a larger page and my page is white, I need something that is gonna contrast with the background to actually pop on the page. So that's my idea why I'm going with the gold. Now while I created that outside of the camera, now it's time to put put everything together. Pretty much all my pieces are ready. First thing, like I said before, I make sure that my circles kind of match in the line. The tiles are gonna match in a formation in one single line, so that gives you the impression that I cut the circles out of a big piece of paper. And then I'm gonna put this strip that I created on the right hand side of my page. My picture is gonna go right on top of it. I'm gonna create a pocket behind it, and I simply use red line tape whenever I'm creating a pocket. It just makes it like really sturdy, especially when I'm adding it to something that has a little bit of pigment ink. It just makes it very sturdy. And I'm gonna put my second picture there. Now it's all gonna come about embellishing, and the key here is to keep it simple because you want all the pieces to shine. I'm gonna use the center circle as kind of my grounding point for this layout. You're gonna see that I'm gonna use two of the florals and kind of interlock them. I'm gonna make sure that they look as they're coming from underneath the circle, and they kind of weave through the circles. And then I'm gonna use another one of the florals on the right bottom corner of my picture. That's all it needs, no more. There's already quite a bit going on. I am using the blessings. This is the Greatest Blessings stamp set to create part of my title that says thankful, grateful, and blessed. I am stamping it onto white cardstock using Obsidian ink, and I'm gonna trim it to create a little sentiment strip. I am using the Celebrate die to create a number 22 out of brushed metallic gold cardstock from Altenew, and I've also cut a few little hearts just to add it to my layout. And that's about it. My Lancer journal, I actually gonna go underneath the photo. I'm gonna do an outside of the camera, but that's about it. This was super fun. Like I said, to create or bring the touch of elegance, you need a little bit of shine, a little bit of texture, and quite a bit of like negative space, so everything gets a turn to shine. And I hope you try this. As always, you can contact me if you have any questions. Remember to check the blog for more for all the concepts that I'm using here, and to see more close-ups. As always, if you have any questions, you can leave it here or you can leave it on the blog. Remember to subscribe to the channel. There's always tons of contents being added. And thank you so much for joining me. I'll see you next time. Take care, guys.
Hello crafters, Jen here. For more tips, techniques, tutorials, and to discover which paper crafting products are right for you, subscribe to Altenew's YouTube channel. Make sure to hit the notification bell so you don't miss any videos. Thanks for watching.